Without the performance of austerities, nothing worthwhile in this world can ever be accomplished. In the Vedic heritage, austerities are called tapasya, and Bharatvarsh is referred to as Tapobhumi, the land where austerity has always been cherished and revered. In the Mahabharat is the story of Yudhishthir Maharaj when he performed the rajasuya yagya in Indraprastha. It is said the yagya was so lavish that every day he would feed 10,000 Brahmins on golden plates and let them take away the plates after the meal. However, after a few days of the yagya, the Pandavas were sitting around Lord Krishna and they saw a squirrel enter the yagya mandap. One side of the squirrel was golden. It began jumping on the other side. After 5-6 vain attempts, the squirrel exclaimed, "Dik yagyam," fie upon this yagya, and began walking away. Bhimsen was so annoyed he lifted up his mace to smash the squirrel. Lord Krishna said, "Bhim, first find out why did the squirrel say that?" The squirrel began sharing its story. It related that a few years ago, it used to reside on a tree in a village close to Indraprastha. And there, under the tree was the hut of a poor Brahman family. That family was so poor that when grain was harvested in the fields, the few grains that remained on the ground after the harvest, they would search for those and some subsist off them. However, once for a few years there was famine in the land, and for many days this family was famished. The father one day managed to get rations from somewhere, and a meal was cooked for the father, mother, son, and daughter-in-law. When they were about to partake of it, a guest arrived. He said, "Sirs, I am so hungry. Can you please give me something to eat?" The Brahman told his wife, "Give my portion to him. I will fast today." That visitor was satiated and he departed. Now the mother and the two son and daughter-in-law sat to eat. In the meantime, a second traveler arrived. The mother said, "Never mind, I will take inspiration from my husband." And she fed her portion to that traveler, who left satisfied. Before the son and his wife could take their share, a third traveler arrived, and the son offered his portion to that guest. Finally, there was only enough for the young daughter-in-law when a fourth guest reached. She said, "I should take inspiration from my elders. I have decided I will fast today in favor of feeding our honored guest." The squirrel said, when that Bahu, daughter-in-law, made the sacrifice, although she was so hungry, the celestial gods rejoiced and showered flower petals from the heavens. The squirrel said, "I was present on the scene and I was so delighted that I jumped in ecstasy, and the side of my back on which I fell turned into gold by the power of that family's austerity, tapasya, tyag, sacrifice, yagya. So the squirrel said, only one side of my back was gold. I was looking how to make the other side gold as well. And that was when I came to know that Yudhishthir Maharaj is performing the rajasuya yagya. I decided on this fire sacrifice, I will be able to transform my other backside as well. But I attempted again and again. It was futile. That is why I said, Dhik yagyam. This sacrifice cannot compare with the sacrifice performed by the poor family residing outside of Indraprastha. Having said that, the squirrel walked away. The Pandavas were silenced. Yudhishthir asked Shri Krishna, Maharaj, where did we fall short in the performance of this sacrifice? Lord Krishna said, Yudhishthir, you did this sacrifice with money that you collected from others, with what you gathered from other kings as well. The poor family sacrificed the food needed to satiate their hunger. There is no comparison. This story is there in the Mahabharat to inspire us to look on sacrifice as something glorious and to be cherished.
This has been so meaningful for me and my family.